Who is the best Roman emperor? If you haven't asked yourself this question, have you even lived? But you're gonna be fine, because I'm going to do it for you. I present the objective, undisputable Roman emperor tier list. We're gonna be going by chronological order, and some fucking how, this Italian guys managed to go through 70 whole emperors, so there's no time to waste. Vamos! First of all, Augustus, aka the GOAT, often imitated, never duplicated. The list goes on with this guy. He's the adopted son of Caesar. Yes, the Caesar. He established the Pax Romana. He ruled for 40 years. And, 40 years, that might not seem like a lot, but in ancient times, that's like 4 fucking generations. He wrote a book about how good he was. All right, let that sink in. He built roads. Once again, you might think, what? Roads? I walk on roads every day. But this shit in the ancient times, this was revolutionary. And, last but not least, he had multiple baby mamas. 3 to be exact. This all gives Augustus a clear S tier. Next, Tiberius. Now this guy was a beast. All right? He was conquering poor people left, right, and center. And that was before he even was emperor. All right? Now, once it was his turn, he was reluctant to take the throne because he's such a humble king. But he did, however, he had made one of the biggest fumbles of all time by appointing Caligula as his heir. And all of that brings him to a C tier for cunt. All right, next. Caligula. Now, he's quite the something. Most famous for directing and starring in the softcore porn movie aptly named Caligula, as well for being an absolute baller. This guy, he knew how to spend his money, and spend his money he did. Hoes, food, cool-ass buildings, and more hoes. But the haters got to him in the end, and he was assassinated by the Senate based on the accusation as being a tyrant and, being an asshole. Caligula gets the B tier for baller. Next, Claudius. Now, Claudius, he's the definition of zero to hero. All right, he was shunned by his family for his limp and speech impediment, but he became an absolute Chad Roman emperor. And as emperor, Claudius managed to conquer the British Isles. All right, that's only been done like 3 times. B tier for Claudius. Next. Oh God, not this guy. Nero. Now, Nero, he was mental, all right? And I mean crazy. Crazy guy. He killed his own mother. He burned Rome down while playing some fire tunes on his lute. And he persecuted Christians by the plenty. His last words before ending his own life was, "What an artist dies in me," which is probably the most Kanye West type shit I ever heard. Nero gets the K tier for Kanye. Now, the next 3 guys, Galba, Otto, and Vitellius, ruled for a total of 1.5 years. And I mean, just look at this fucking guy. These guys suck. D tier for all of them. Alright, next. Vespasian. Vespasian? I don't know. He was kind of like the Napoleon of Rome. The last 3 guys, they fucked shit up. But Vespasian, he picked it up from the gutter. And he got to work. Alright? He was also known for being a funny guy. A tier for Vespasian. Next. Titus. Yeah, this guy's good. B tier. Next, Domitian. Now, Domitian, he centralized power, and the Senate hated him for it. Something which I can only call a baller move. He did, however, get cucked by his wife, who helped the Senate assassinate him, which was kind of a bitch move. C tier for cucked. Next, Nerva. Now, Nerva is what happens when you let actually capable people rule instead of just appointing your weird nephews as the heir to the throne. He was elected, that's right, elected by the Senate after Domitian, and he spent his time being wise, all right? This guy thought, he thunked, okay? He did so much good shit, I can't even remember all of it. A tier for Nerva. Next, Trajan. Speaking of good shit Nerva did, Trajan, who was adopted by Nerva, will go on to be remembered as one of the greats. All right? He was a well-versed military general, and he would bully the absolute shit out of everybody and end up with the Roman Empire at its largest extent, even reaching into Arabia. Big. He also built this bridge. Very nice. S tier for Trajan. Next. Hadrian. All right, now this guy was gay. And I don't mean gay. I mean Greek gay. Gay for Greeks. Okay? After consolidating the gains, the territorial gains that Trajan made, he built a wall over here, and he named an Egyptian city after his best friend who passed away. Absolute Chad. A tier for ass, but in a good way. Next. Antoninus Pius. He was stable and sort of boring. Not bad though. B tier for basic. Next. Marcus Aurelius. Oh my god! This guy fucks with brains. Alright? He was a philosopher king, and he wrote a book so goddamn good my dumbass even read it. Overall, he was cool. A plus for Marcus Aurelius. Now, this next guy, Lucius Verus, he co-ruled with Aurelius, which, I don't know about y'all, but that sounds kind of gay to me. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Just wanted to get that out there, okay? And he wasn't really as cool as Marcus. So for that, he gets the C tier. Next. Now this guy, Commodus. He's a bit problematic. The reign of Commodus would signify the end of the Pax Romana that Augustus created, and Commodus was kind of an asshole. He would fight in gladiator matches against just basically naked dudes, which is about as cool as it would be for me to go and beat the shit out of 4 preschoolers. This guy was, however, strangled to death, and I'm pretty sure he also got cucked by his wife and his wrestling partner. D tier for dick. Actually, move that up to C tier for beating up homeless guys. Next. Now, after Commodus, there were 2 emperors who ruled for a combined 5 months. Yay, said the population of Rome as they watched yet another pair of incompetent dumb fucks get the throne. These 2 guys, Pertinax and Didas, get the E tier. Alright, I'm getting kind of tired of this. It's time for quick fire. Septimius Severus ruled for 17 years. A tier for Alpha. Next, Caracalla murdered his brother Geta. D tier for Caracalla. Geta, he got killed by his brother Caracalla. E tier for Geta. Macrinus, he was all about speed. Alright, he was quick to come and quick to go. E tier for Macrinus. Next, Diadumenian? Diadumenian. 1 month? I get this guy out of here. Alright? Corner of shame tier for Diadumenian. Next, What the fuck? Elagabalus. You know what? Fuck this guy. Fuck his name. And weird cult shit that he did. D tier for Elagabalus. Next. Severus Alexander. This guy, he did a whole lot of nothing. Alright? 13 years. Nothing. I would have been better. D tier for Severus. Next. Maximinus the First. Yeah, he was kind of boring. You know, shit kind of just happened with this guy. But, you know, in comparison with what is to come, it wasn't that bad. C tier. Next. Now we get to the start of the crisis of the 3rd century, which for this video means there's a bunch of dudes that basically became emperor for a weekend before they decided to fuck off. So I'm gonna skip a bunch of guys here, since what they did was essentially just hit and dip on the entire fucking empire. Next. Diocletian. This dude, he got his shit together. 20-year reign spent cleaning up the past 80 years of mistakes. He established the Tetrarchy. The Tetrarchy? Tetrarchy. What the? Wait, okay. Anyways, that was a system where you would have 4 emperors who would rule at the same time, because one power-hungry maniac is not enough. And, you know, it was a good idea, but as soon as this guy left, the remaining emperors started fighting, to absolutely no one's surprise. Overall, he was chill though. B tier for Diocletian. Next. Maximan. That can't be his fucking name. Hold up, 1 second. Maximan? What the fuck? Maximan Roman Emperor. Maximilian. No, what? That's the, what the fuck? Maximan? I've made this guy up, okay? Maximan Roman. Maximian. What? Is this the right one? I don't know. Maybe. However, he ruled with Diocletian in this in the system, the tetrarchic system, and you know they were still they were homies. Not gay though, as far as I think. You know, but rumor has it that this guy, Maximan, if that is his name, was forced to commit suicide, which is mad disrespectful. Like, bro, how you gonna let them violate you like that? C tier for Maximan. Next, Galerius. This guy hates Christians, alright? Imagine becoming emperor just to try and suppress their religion based on being nice. Based for Galerius. C tier, C for based. Next, Constantius I. This dude did not hate Christians, and he was the father of Constantine the Great. B tier for Constantius I. Then we got some guys nobody cares about until finally Constantine I, aka the Great. He ruled for 31 whole years. He allowed Christians to practice their faith openly. Giga Chad move. He established the creatively named city of Constantinople before appointing it as the new capital of the empire. And before dying, this man secured the bag by converting to Christianity. If that got him into heaven, that was nothing but a meta play. S tier for Constantine. Now we reach a crucial point in Roman history. Can it really be called the Roman Empire if the capital is no longer Rome? Didn't think so. Thanks for watching, and remember, this tier list is objective and undisputable. Bye-bye.